Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Aaron. Just wanted to throw up a video, a daily vlog kind of thing. Today's topic, I wanted to kind of touch on my last job. I was employed by a major bank in a contract role, and overall, it was a good experience. I really have no complaints. I was there for about 18 months on a big project. Made good connections, good contacts. Overall, it was a great assignment. Now, after being employed there for about a year, there was some uncertainty, and that's to be expected when you're contracting. You don't always expect, you don't expect stability. I mean, it's just not part of the contracting business. It's just not. And throughout that time, there was some chatter about possibly staying on there in a more permanent capacity. Not permanent full-time per se, but there was some discussion about, I guess, an extension, something to that effect, possibly, kind of being converted to permanent. The problem was, and this is the same line that I've gotten, and I try to, believe. I try to believe that there's honest people in the world, okay? Now, the discussions that I kept having, were, it's just not in the budget right now, but, we'll revisit it in 3 months. So, every time I kept saying it, okay, that's fine, because I had heard it so many times before, so it's not like it's some big shock. I sat down towards the end of my time there with a few of the managers that I interacted with, on a regular basis. And, they all said the same thing. How I did such a nice job and this and that and third. And, how I have some of the talents that they'd be looking for and somebody that they would like to have on their team. Okay, great. Thank you. That's a nice compliment regardless. Even if it was just for like a letter of recommendation kind of thing. But so fast forward, gets to be like my last 3 months. I'll say my last quarter there. All right, and one thing leads to another, and the bottom line, it down the stretch, it just got to be a lot of double talk, and this isn't the first time. I have run into it quite a bit, and it's par for the course. You don't, because at the end of the day, as contractors, and anybody who would watch this video that has been a contractor, been a consultant, as well as I do, when it comes to cuts and budgeting, we are last as far as priority. So, we had some meetings, because at this point, it's not panic mode. It's, it's time to start looking. I got to get my, basically cast my line back out there and start seeing if I start getting any bites. Well, keep in mind that my last day was about 3 months ago. So we're looking at about 3 months, not quite straight without working, okay, but 3 months without a consistent paycheck, right? And so fast forward a little bit to my last 30 days there. I have a phone call on a random Friday, and the person calling me wasn't a person who typically called me. I see that number come up. I know. Now, thank God that what I thought was about to happen didn't happen, but I thought that was my last day. Okay? Matter of fact, that particular day, another team had gotten let go, which at this point in the game, I mean, the project was done. You expect it, but you kind of hold on to hope that maybe, at least I do. I don't know about everybody else. Some people like it. I don't. I like stability, but so I have the conversation with the gentleman, and he, pretty much lays it out there. Your last day is blah blah blah. Okay, fair enough. You're giving me some notice, but it still hurt. You know what I mean? I don't take it personal, but you can't help it. To some extent, you really can't help it. We're human, and especially when you get involved in a position where you care about the people on the team, you care about the work that you did. At least I did. I don't know I can't speak for other people, but I know from my perspective, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my time with the company. I enjoyed the people that I worked with. It was good times. I mean, we had some fun. We had some really, we had a lot of success together, and it was sad. It was a sad day, and it hurt. It did. It did hurt. It was a blow to my pride. It was, and then. And the good thing is my wife and I, we had things planned accordingly. But, you can only plan so far out. You can't, at least in my situation, I'm not getting, I'm not making executive salary. So, anyhow, fast forward a little further. Now, even though this conversation had happened, there was still some talk, side chatter, about maybe we can still keep you. Which at this point, I'd already been told. So I'm not really holding on any hope that that's really going to happen. But I try to stay somewhat positive. And I really tried hard not to let myself buy into that too much, but it was hard not to, because that part of me wanted so badly to be kept on there that I actually started to believe it. And I made the mistake of letting myself actually get used to the fact of, maybe so-and-so is going to keep me, with no idea whether or not it was really going to happen. There was nothing, there was no offer, there was nothing. But these conversations kept happening, and I'm sure other people have been in this position before as well. I really doubt that this is a unique situation. I just like to share my stories and kind of share my experiences. But so, anyway, to summarize everything, that day came, and it was kind of a down-to-the-wire thing, okay? There were 3 teams that wanted to keep me. Now, what capacity I was going to be kept in, I don't know. I don't know what it was even going to look like. The discussions really didn't get that far. But the bottom line is, my last day came. I packed my stuff, and I was out the door. And since then, and this is the part that really stunk, was on my last day, there was talk of all these upcoming projects and, all these things that were going to be coming in the future. And, trying to get, because after so long with the company, you have to have what's called a cool down period. And what that pretty much means is after your, we'll say 12 months or 18 months or 24 months or whatever, they have to lay you off, and they have to lay you off for approximately 90 days. After that 90 days, you can come back and you can, redo another 18 or 24 or 12 month assignment. So, even after I'm gone, there's still talk of, oh, well, there's this project and that project and, this department and that. Here I am 3 months later, and, it's kind of, this is more of a story about that particular situation and kind of the aftermath of it. The job search afterwards, now keep in mind I had started looking about a month and a half prior to this, okay, to my last day there. And at the end of the day, here I am about 3 months later. I don't hear from these people anymore, It's like I never worked there. The great job I did, and, it's not that I feel like I got slighted, because I don't. I guess my thing is I don't understand why, these conversations even occur if, people have no intention of really following through with it. That's where I have my issue and where I struggle, because, people legitimately do have families, and they do need that stability. So that's kind of the issue, and it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, and people, I don't know, I just feel like contractors and consultants are underappreciated. That's how I feel. Just across the board, I just feel like we're not, I'm not saying like, like they don't give a shit about us or don't care. I just feel like they're treated like less than the full time. So, that's just my experience, but, if anybody else has been through something similar, let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.